Hi, this is Kim.
And Emily.
Welcome back to Our Creative Moments. Today we're going to do a title page for this new album that Emily's helping me out with for our visit to Yellowstone. And I'm really excited about it. I've been playing around with some different punches and trying to create what I think is going to be a fun title page for this album. And we're not going to use the Fast to Fab, the first page of the Fast to Fab, as the title page because I really want it to be special. So Emily's going to help me and be my hands because we're going to do a lot of punching today, you're going to see. And I'm looking forward to seeing how it turns out. I am excited, and I think it's going to be really cool.
My hands are going to hurt by the end of it.
She's a little nervous about it, but I think it's going to be good. Let's check out my workspace, and we'll get started. So here's my desktop, and this is what we're going to be working with today. I left these paper packs out here just because I know you guys like to know where I've gotten the papers that we're using, and I had a few pages left from a Welcome Home pack and a few pages left from an Endless Meadows pack, so I'm using a couple of papers from each of those, and then a piece of paper from my Miscellaneous Wood pack. And this is not the papers in here are largely CM. A few of them I got from a craft store, my favorite craft store. And I just put them all together because they are all wood of some nature, except for this one, which is stone, and I don't know how he crept in there. Anyway, and that one, which is grass. Okay, never mind. Maybe they're not all. They should all be wood, but they're not. All right. Anyways, okay.
It's okay. It knows that the wood is needing friends, and so
I guess when I'm looking for wood paper, that's where I go. So those leaf papers are going to just be there forever and ever and ever. All right. So as far as tools go, we're going to use our Jumbo Custom Cutting System form, and the red blade is what we'll use with this. We're also going to use 3 of my Border Maker cartridges. This is the recent tints. Let's see, it's Trees and Tents, I think is Tent and Trees. Tent and Trees. We're going to use that one. We're going to use this one, which is a tree line. Can you see that?
They look like little Christmas trees.
I think it was called tree line. I call it tree line because the trees are very even and right next to each other.
And in a line.
And in a line. Exactly. And then this one is the Rolling Hills Border Maker cartridge. So if you have these are the ones I'm using, but you could coordinate this with any Border Maker cartridges. It's just, I would highly recommend if you want to duplicate this and you're using cartridges that are slightly different, you might want to punch them on some scratch paper first before you use your good paper, because different heights of the punch can affect how wide you want the circles that you start with. So anyway, just a word to the wise. So those are our Border Maker cartridges and the border housing that we're going to use. And we're also going to use this mountain punch. Now, if you've been around CM for a while, you know there are actually 3 different mountain punches similar to this one. There's this one and 2 others. This is the Alpine Mountains punch. It has a point on the top, and I just really liked the way that it was punching when I punched it into a portion of the circle that I was trying. So that's why we're going to use that one. We're going to use our circle cutter. So I hope you have that and you're getting it out. We're going to use it because we're using several different size circles, so that's why we need that one today. I've got permanent and repositionable adhesive and my precision cutting scissors, which are going to help us out a lot. Okay, so for now I'm just going to move the adhesive over because we don't really need that. We don't need it right this second. I also brought out some red polka dot serif ABC 1, 2, 3 stickers. I don't typically do my titles using stickers, but I thought it might be fun to do today, and these are kind of have character, so I thought they'd be fun.
We do love a polka dot.
We love a
Unless
polka dot.
it's chicken pox, and then we don't.
And then we don't.
Anyways.
So we digress. All right. So this is the wood piece that I decided I'm going to use, and this will be in the center of my circle. I have this the dark blue and the brown came from the Welcome Home collection, and the two greens came from the the Endless Meadows collection. And so these are the four main pieces we're going to use, and we're just going to stack our circles today. We probably could save some paper by trimming out the middle, but I am not going to worry about that today. Today we are just going to focus on cutting the circles, punching the edge, and stacking. And
but by all means, please cut out the middle of your circle.
But if you would like to gut the center of your circle, be my guest. What I would do is I would measure the length of the punched area and then give yourself another 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch for adhesive, and then cut the rest, and you'll be good. All right, so let's start with the biggest one, shall we?
Sure.
Okay. So the biggest one is, I'm just going to move these to the side so you don't have to worry about them, and I'll hand them to you one at a time. The biggest one is going to be an 11.4, and we're going to use our circle maker to make this circle, not the jumbo circle. We probably could use the jumbo circle and use the blue blade, but I actually, when I was practicing this, I used that. So we're going to do that as well.
Darn. I'm already trained on these, but
I know. We're doing new things today.
New
things today. Okay, so what I did in order to make sure I have the circle maker in the very center is I lined my paper up on the grid that I'm working on and found where the 6-inch mark was. So the 6-inch mark horizontally is right here at 18. And the 6-inch mark here is going to be right here, just above the 60 arch right here. So what I'm going to do is line up my circle cutter so that the black line on the front is as even as I can make it with the mark at 18 inches, which is actually...
Is this rather forgiving or rather rude? Because
we've got to make sure that this is right in the middle, which is why I'm going to do it for you, I think, because I just don't want you to be frustrated.
Hey, this is a video where I'm supposed to learn new things.
I know, but I can do this. Punching is harder. You want to do this? You can do this.
What?
I've lined it up. You're good.
What do I want to do?
So I lined up the circle on the front with the 18 mark. That's the halfway point here. And I lined up the front over here with the 6-inch mark. And the reason I know this is lined up is because I actually held up my circle cutter and I made a black mark on the center of this edge out here so that I know where the middle of this arch on the end of my circle cutter
Sometimes
is located.
how tools are produced, they just aren't as specific as we need them to be.
Right, so that's where a black Sharpie marker comes in.
Is this like handy. One of the things that you use to make a circle?
Yes, so
I can't
you're going to push
called.
this
a protractor.
down. Use your left hand and push this down. Left hand.
My left hand.
Then you're going to reach over here, squeeze the white button in and push the blue button down.
Oh,
and
squeeze
then,
and push and
guide it around your paper.
Circle. In the circle.
And I was a little bit off, but that's okay. Go ahead. Keep going.
It's buckling the paper. Is that okay?
It'll be fine. It will be just fine.
And then once you get over there, you can switch.
Yep. Okay, so we went just a little bit off the paper right here, but you're going to be just fine because we'll start the punch over here and you'll just be lining up your punch and all will be well. Okay. So to do the outer edge, we're going to use the mountain punch, which is over there.
It's a mountain.
I'm just going to set that up there for now. And you're going to start on this edge over here. You're going to feed that in to the punch, See how she's holding the punch upside down? She's doing that so she can see the exact area that's going to be punched.
Because if I hold it like this, I'd be like, whoa, yes, let's go. But
Sure,
so
yeah.
what we're going to be doing is we're going to be making this design all around the edge, right?
Yeah.
So wouldn't we want to start over here? Because this is the edge that we messed up on, so then we would meet at the same place.
It doesn't really matter where you start because it's a circle.
Okay. Yes, my
Sure,
wonderful
start over
genius
there.
mother. But if that's it makes more sense to me.
That's fine. Start over there. It doesn't matter. Okay. You just want to make sure when you feed it into the punch that it's even.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, my hair's getting everywhere. Wait, so some punches have a back that you can fit it into more.
Right, and
Is
this one
not
does
gonna have
not.
that?
The Border Maker does, but this one does not. So
Okay.
just
Willy-nilly.
feed it all the way to the back and make sure that it is even so you can see the same amount of your punch on either side of the arc.
Oh.
Okay? And then be bold and punch.
Am I bold?
Ta-da!
I
Now,
am bold.
flip it over and dump the... Yeah, there you go. And then you can rotate it.
I have a scrapbooker for a mom. Can you tell? Okay. So is it either way? Can I just
You
go
can
either
go
way?
either direction. It doesn't matter. Whichever way makes you happier. Just be careful because
little
that lip is gonna
Stuck.
get stuck. And if you've never punched in a circle, and I'm talking to our viewers now, if you've never punched in a circle, what she's doing is she's lining up this lower corner with the previous punched corner so that when she pulls the paper out, it is connected. Now see how there's a little triangle? That just comes right off. Sometimes you have a little bit more and you have to use your scissors and trim it, or you can just pull it. Okay, so we're going to go all the way around the circle. And there's going to be a lot of going around in circles today. So hopefully we'll be able to speed that up for you.
Lefting. Left. Our editor extraordinaire will help us out. Anyone been reading any good books lately?
I'm listening to a good book.
What are you listening to?
I'm at the very end of the Saint Squad series. By
Oh.
Tracy Hunter Abramson.
I feel like I'm getting too far. Like my width margin is getting too wide. Does that make sense? Is that okay?
We'll be a little bit more conscious of that, and it has to do with the arc of the paper and how if you're getting it fed evenly into the punch.
Okay.
Okay, so it's fine. By the time we put the other layers on top, it won't be as noticeable to you if you feel like it's not even.
I just don't want to mess up because I know paper can be expensive.
It'll be all right.
Are you sure?
It's just paper.
That's true. No, it's so much more serious. It's creating memories for your family.
No pressure.
It feels pressury, Mama.
And if you've bought sandpaper, you know that there's 2 of each kind of paper in the pack. So you've got 2 chances to get it right. No pressure.
She says that only because she's been scrappity booking for years. How long have your viewers been scrapbooking? Do you know?
Some of them have been scrapbooking longer than I have. I started in 1999.
The dawn of time.
Maybe.
I saw something the other day. And it was super funny. It was like, congrats. You are now a grumpy old man. You've reached your potential.
Oh dear.
I want to give it to Dad for his birthday.
cat's out of the bag now.
Ah, that's right. I forgot. He's our editor. Congrats, Dad.
Sorry, Dad.
Rats.
That'd be a surprise.
You know what? You should call me just a distracted scrapbook.
You're doing great.
We've only done one circle, Mother.
It's okay.
You're right. My hand is gonna be dead. Uh-oh, I'm caught.
It's gonna get a workout.
Okay.
So that is one thing. If you are punching your circle and you're punching along and all of a sudden your paper gets stuck, you need to have the patience to not just yank your paper out, because sometimes it can be, sometimes it's just a little punched piece that's impeding the progress. But other times it could be the punched design that you want to preserve. So you don't want to just yank the paper out because you could tear what you actually wanted to put into your album. So just take a little bit of time and loving care. Take a breath if you need to, and come back to it in a minute if it's really frustrating you.
If you're angry, take some breaths. Remember that you like to craft.
Right? This is fun, right? That looks great. Look how perfect that is.
Well, this last one got a little higgledy-piggledy.
That's all right.
You know what we do? We chop. And we fix
Good
it.
job.
Dun, da, da, da.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, we should flip it over to the side we're going to use.
All right. Well, I'm not totally sure which side we're going to use, so I think that's the side we're going to use.
Okay.
So we'll set it over here. And I think we're going to use this side for this one because I want it to be the darker side. And this one is going to be done with the Rolling Hills border maker. So we're going to cut the circle first though. So there's that one. I'm going to close this punch up so it's a little more out of the way. And the circle that we need to cut is an 11.2 inch circle. So we're going to just take this circle maker and we're going to undo this white part so that it loosens this up.
Oh.
So to the right, it loosens up. Then we can slide this in. And do you see how there are 4 points in between each number? Mm-hmm. So it would be, in this instance, 7.1, 7.2, 7.3, 7.4, and then 8. Okay, so we want an 11.2. So we're going to line this up at 11.2. So the second line towards the outside from the 11-inch mark. Okay. Mm-hmm. And then that's the size circle we're going to make. It's almost as big as this one. But because of the way we're going to punch it, it's going to be smaller. Okay, so I just know that if you look on the side of your circle cutter, you can see, I can see by looking at the side, I can see where the blade is underneath here, where the blade's going to come out. So I have put a little mark on the side of my circle cutter so that I know where the blade's going to be. And that is going to help me. It's not very dark, so it's probably hard for you to see.
I need to redraw your lines.
I do, because I've used them too much. But
where's your Sharpie?
That helps me line up my cutter and ensure that I have enough, I'm far enough in from the edge so that I'm not doing what we did last time.
Use a pink Sharpie.
So I just check my edges and make sure that I am inside the parameters of my paper. And then I go ahead and cut. And if, like, this is a really big circle, so if we want to make sure that we are inside the parameters of the circle, we're just going to use, we're not going to, let me start again. We're not going to preserve a lot of this paper.
Okay.
Okay, because it's a big circle we're making. So basically I'm putting it right in the middle but it doesn't hurt to just give it a quick swing around and make sure that every side of the circle is going to be on the paper.
Okay.
Okay, so go ahead and cut this one. When I cut a circle, I tend to hold the big button with my other hand and swing the blade around with my right, but it's really up to you. So you're fine to do it the way you were. Cool. All right. Okay. So set that back up there. We'll use it again in a minute.
And what does the blade look like? Oh, it's an itty bitty teeny tiny cartridge. Look at how tiny cute that is.
You know what? Actually, we were gonna do this one with the jumbo theme. My bad. It's okay. This one will
Get
be
it
fine.
together, woman.
You can cut the 11.2 inch circle using the circle cutter, or you can use your jumbo cutting circle and the red blade to get this size. But since we've already cut it, we don't have to worry about it. I just want everybody to know you can use your jumbo circle pattern, which is over there, to cut that. So,
Dun, 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 dun.
actually, it may be just slightly bigger than it is. It's slightly bigger. All right. Well, I take that back.
She's just
Actually, this is more of the green blade. If you use the green blade, you would get the same size.
Because isn't the green blade farther?
Yeah, yeah. So this is this. If you use the green blade on the outside track of this, you would have the same size
one
paper.
of these little tiny thingamajiggers.
All right. So let's get to punching because we've got a lot of punching to do. So we're gonna flip this over. This is a little awkward because it's not the way this punch is really designed to be used, but it works just as well upside down as it does right side up. And she's gonna center it underneath. The border maker housing actually has a little bit of space beyond the little window that you see. So when she pushes the paper in, she's pushing it all the way into that little slot in the back, and then just kind of rocking it back and forth to make sure that it's as centered as possible. Doesn't have to be perfect, but it is helpful if it's as centered as possible.
Like yoga.
Yeah, I suppose.
It's helpful if you're as centered as possible so you don't
Right.
fall over and make a fool of yourself.
And I should mention that if you've watched my other videos about punching in a circle, you may notice that when I punch in a circle, I go the opposite direction. But Emily prefers to go this way, which is fine. It really doesn't matter. It's whatever you are most comfortable with. You're going to go around the same edge either way and form the same circle. So it's fine.
I hope that as we go through all of these videos, you guys appreciate me and my mistakes, because I am not... okay, so what do I do?
Okay, so we've reached the end and we've got kind of a considerable amount to cover here.
Is that my fault? Did I...
No, you are fine. When you are punching around a circle, the jumbo circle maker, or the jumbo circle pattern, and the red blade really gives you the best size for cutting around the circle, and generally it is the easiest to have the potential to have it meet up perfectly over here.
Well, I was a little off on these ones.
Right,
Does that
and
make
when
a
you're,
difference?
yes, when you're a little bit off like that, it doesn't make a huge difference because we're going to go back with those little scissors and even it out and it'll be fine. But this one over here is a little harder to overcome. You can do a couple of things. You can cover this with an embellishment. You can trim it so that it looks similar. It just won't have trees on it. And then we'll arrange it so that there's an embellishment covering it if it shows up and we don't like it.
Okay.
Okay, we can also line this up and go ahead and punch it to the best of our ability and let it kind of mess up a couple of the trees that are next to it.
Continuity of the circle.
It's gonna be a little bit, like we said, it's gonna be a little bit off, but
It's gonna be the special cut.
it'll be the special one. That's
special
right.
child.
It'll be the special one. Let's see how this works. Okay, so now we only have just this little tiny bit here, and if we just trim that little dwarf, little kind of funky looking tree, we'll be good. So grab those precision cut scissors, and you're going to just trim off each of these little triangle pieces, and just try to go with that curve that you can see in the punch, so that it's not hard because you're really not snipping very much. And I find it best to come up from underneath the paper with the scissors. There you go. You can get closer to the edge that you're trying to trim, and you leave a little bit less of the paper tag kind of stuck there. Does that make sense?
See.
Okay.
Do you know what they call an angry vegetable? Or an angry carrot? A steamed veggie.
Okay. All right. I'm really going to have to get better with the dad joke.
Hey, that was great! I don't know what you're talking about.
There you go. Okay. So we're going to flip that over because we want the darker side on that. And we're going to just sort of line this up. We won't worry about it being exactly where we want it just yet, but I'm just going to kind of lay it on there. All right, so now we want to do the...
And on this green moment, it looks really dark. Or what are we going to be putting it on so that it won't look so dark?
It'll be on a regular page.
Like
on a white
natural?
page.
White?
Or a natural page. I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
But it will be on the very first page. I haven't decided if I want to cover up what's on the Fast to Fab with a background paper and then put this on top of it, or I haven't really decided yet, so we'll get there eventually. All right, so we need the circle cutter, and we need to adjust it to 10.2. Do you remember how to do that?
Probably.
So, whoop, I'm sorry, this way. There we go. So move it over to 10.2.
That's tricky for it to not move.
Yep.
There you go.
Okay. So actually that's 10.1.
No!
So I'm going to fix it.
Oh
So
no! Wait. Why?
So see, you have 4 little dots between the numbers. So the first one towards the outside is 0.1, the next one's 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, and then the next number.
Uh-oh.
All right. All right. Okay, so there's our circle size. We are good with that. Now we're getting a little smaller, so we might be able to actually conserve just a little bit of paper. I think that works well. That works fine. Okay, so leave it right there and you'll be good. Isn't it so fun that it can go both ways?
Mm-hmm.
Both directions.
'Tis indeed.
Makes it super fun.
Mm-hmm. What are we doing for this one?
So this one we're going to use the tree line punch.
Oh, you already put it in. She's so speedy, guys. I didn't even notice.
You were trimming little pieces.
I was.
So we're gonna punch the tree line around this one. Remember, you're gonna flip the punch over.
So I was distracted because I saw some like either water or like transferable stuff. Sorry, guys. That's the ADHD.
I'm sorry. I don't know if that's a part of the pattern of the paper or if it's actually repositionable adhesive
it was,
that was on there.
it was shiny, so.
It might have been a little bit of adhesive. Maybe I used this paper for something else and then changed my mind and didn't get all the adhesive off. That's possible. Okay, so in this one you're gonna kind of make the branches line up with each other, and then that cutout below the branches towards the stem of the tree will just make its own little kind of bow tie design.
Oh. Hey.
Great job. So we were talking yesterday with some family members who we were driving in a part of Utah and talking about, these family members have been to Yellowstone also, and they also spent a lot of time living in Northern California. And when they would go camping and things like that, they camped in the Lake Tahoe area, where there are just a lot of trees. If you've never been to California and seen the forests there, when there are wildfires during the summer and they talk about how they burn and burn and burn and burn and burn, there's a reason that it's because there's just a lot, so many trees there. And anyway, so they were comparing kind of the scenery that we were seeing in sort of the middle portion of Utah to the scenery and the foliage that you get in the northern part of California, and it's very, very different. In the higher elevations here in Utah, you get a lot of taller trees, pine trees and evergreens and that kind of thing. But in the lower elevations down here where we are, that's closer to not sea level necessarily, because we're still at 4,000 or 5,000 feet here where we are, but
very tall.
But because we are in a desert and in a very arid climate here, we don't get a lot of super tall trees. There's a lot of sagebrush and a lot of shrubbery and low stuff. You know, it's really, really low stuff compared to, you know, when you go down to Bryce Canyon in that national park, there are just soaring
Pine
trees, which is lovely. But we don't have that throughout the state. And up in Yellowstone, the trees are generally really, really large where there are trees, but
Well, it's also really interesting because the park also has had its own share of wildfires. I can speak.
Yes, they have had a
and
lot of,
they have
those.
markers where they've replanted trees from past wildfires, and I don't know, it's kind of fascinating to me because
it's my understanding, and if someone out there knows differently, then feel free to comment and let me know. And speaking of that, we're still waiting to get to our 1,000 subscribers. So if you keep commenting on my videos, I will keep entering you into that final drawing when we get to 1,000 subscribers. Just a little plug for that.
illuminating.
But, so you're gonna trim off your triangles. You knew that. You're good.
I knew that.
Anyway, when we were up there, we were reminded by the rangers that fire is actually a natural evolution in the stages of a forest development. So they will often, if a fire starts, they'll often just let it burn, unless it's threatening a major structure or people. Yeah. So that to me is very interesting, and it kind of gives you a different perspective on the fires because they look very tragic to be completely
They
honest.
do, don't they? Everything is so burnt and blackened and charcoal.
But if you go back a year later, it's remarkable the changes that happen.
The life that is
Yeah,
found.
it's really cool.
I like how they show it in like animated movies.
The fires?
Yeah. Because
Like the search and rescue animated Cars movie.
Yeah. Oh, I do like that.
The airplanes and what is it? Airplanes and something. Anyway,
No, it's fire and rescue.
is it fire and rescue?
Mm-hmm. Whoop.
The
I
things
missed
they
that one.
remember from their childhood that you don't think they're
What do
going
you mean? I watched that just the other day.
to. You did?
I did.
Were you watching
I
a
am
little
a
person?
big child. One does not have
all right,
to
then.
be watching little children to watch little children shows, Mother.
All right. Then. All right, now we're going to do
In my
blue.
personal opinion,
Okay.
animated movies
That
are not
works.
just for little children.
All right, so now we're going to switch to the last. This is the last one. This is the
last melon.
tr-
If anyone gets that reference.
tent and tree border maker, and we're going to adjust that to 9.3.
Oh. Shall we see if I can get it right this time, guys?
Let's see. It's a test.
I was never very good at those. So. All right, Professor.
Professor. Perfect. Good job. All right. So then, do you want me to line it up? Do you want to line it up?
Go for it.
So,
It's good to have some sort
There.
of porpoise.
Indeed.
In the video.
all right.
Oh.
You go ahead. That is ready for you to go.
Wait, so I know I asked this earlier, but what if the paper does buckle when you're doing this fancy schmancy
Okay.
thingamajig?
You just keep going.
Just
Kind of
keep
use your
swinging.
hand to kind of smooth it out a little bit, but for the most part, if you just keep going, you'll be fine.
Am I doing this one again?
Yes, you're doing that
Or
one.
not
this-
again?
Yep. You practiced a little bit with that one.
I
didn't
did
you?
practice.
She did. I had to practice a little before
She
we
did
started.
not want me to
because
make
I-
a poor showing.
I didn't. She's never done this before, so I thought, well, it'd be worth, doing just a couple just to see what it's all about.
The entire time I was thinking of y'all.
And she said,
How will they
"This isn't
be able
accurate,
to tell?"
Mom. I'm brand new, and this is not accurate."
How will they be able to tell?
It's all good.
The internet, people. I tell ya, I was talking with her though, and she's like, I love this punch. It makes little tiny cute hearts.
It does. You can't really see them on the green, though. Here, let's see if we can put it on this lighter green. There. Now you can see it.
And the punch in
A
between
little tiny heart in
and
the.
the trees right there.
It's so cute.
Makes a cute.
It's
little
not even
teeny
an
tiny
eighth of
heart.
an inch. It's so
No,
tiny.
it's very tiny. You'd have to do this so many times to make decent confetti. I saw a thing on the internet the other day where it was a little child and he's like, can I throw my emergency confetti? And the parent is like, no.
Oh, I think I saw
Why do you have emergency confetti? And he's like, in case there's something to celebrate. And in my brain, I was like, I think that's an excellent idea.
I could see you totally doing that.
I would like emergency confetti, please.
All right. I'll tell Santa.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
An official request.
All right, so note that you do not have a huge, wait. Note that you do not have a huge gap there. So, and if you try
Can
to
I
go
make
in
2
and punch
tenths?
it, you're gonna mess up those trees that are next door.
But can I make 2 tenths instead?
Well, you could, but then you'll mess up that tent because the trees will
pshaw.
punch.
It'll be
Trust
fine.
me, it won't.
No.
It won't be what you want.
Oh.
So we're gonna just clean this one up, and we'll go in with our precision cutting scissors, and we'll attach this. Do you want to do that? Okay. So you're just going to basically attach this line, and you can make that look however you want. You can give it a little extra little bump, or you can give it a little bit of a
loop-de-loop. Whee. It's gonna be a really big hill.
I don't know if that really works, but okay. You're funny.
Hold on, I don't know if y'all can tell. Wait, no, that is my hill. Wait, where am I? That's my hill. Or maybe not. Maybe I should just, it looks like a weird wave from Moana. I'm gonna, here, I'll
Definitely
fix it.
looks like it might not quite go there.
We'll make it into a little knoll.
There you go.
There we go.
All right, now looking at this, can you see the other place that you
Did wrong?
well, that you kind of didn't quite meet up? Can you find it again? It's hard, isn't it?
There. No, not there. It's got something to do with the bows. Is it there?
This one on top kind of met. It worked out really well. The
Was it
one on
there?
the bottom, I think, is the one that didn't we have? We had a funky tree.
It was the other green one. It was this one.
The dark green. You had a funky tree.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't find where that was as I look around the circle.
Makes me want to sing the song. How funky is your chicken? How loose is your goose?
Okay. All right, so now we're going to adhere all of these together. We're going to put this on here in the middle, like that. And I want you to get your repositionable adhesive. We're going to use repositionable because you're new at this, and I don't want you to get frustrated if you look at it at the end and go, wait, that's not centered. I wish I had not used permanent adhesive. Okay, so you're going to just do one at a time, and I suggest you go ahead and start with this one. Center it on top of the light green. We have one more piece we're going to cut with the circle maker, but we're gonna adhere these together first.
Okay. So should I hold and lift and zhuzh?
Nope, you can flip it over and then place it on there. Take it off and flip it over. There you go. It'll just be easier to do it that way. Perfect. Okay. Okay, now you're going to take the top 2 layers off.
Oh, that's a little long.
And then center it on the bottom one. Good job. Now we have to do those 3. It's easier to put your adhesive on the piece that's going to be flipped over than to put your adhesive on this one and then have to rub it off if it's in a place where you can see it. All right. Very
Ta-da!
nice. Good job. Okay, now we're going to cut this piece of wood out, and we're going to use the measurement 6.8. 6.8. That doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
It was just shy of 7, so bring it one mark in. 6.4 is what it should be. I wrote down the wrong number.
She's crazy, everybody.
6.4.
There you go.
Okay. And then we'll just try to make sure this is going to fit, but I'm pretty sure it should be fine. And actually that can go up that way a little. Oh yeah, we're good. We'll bring it down so it's more in the middle. And we'll move it over just a little. All right, go for it.
Whee! Reminds me of like the merry-go-round or the Ferris wheel. Or not the Ferris wheel, the carousel.
Carousel, kind of, yeah. All right, so now this is going to go right here in the center. So we want these lines to be horizontal when we put the title on. So if for some reason you look at this and you go, oh, something's off center, or I wish I could see more mountains, or I really like the way the trees line up in this particular side, then that's the part we want to be the top. So just depends on how you like it. I don't know. I think I like it about like that. So, and it's all just a little bit different just because of the way that the punches line up and the mountains, etc.
Is that good? Should I do more?
Nope, that's good. So you want your lines to be horizontal as much as possible.
Horizontal to me or horizontal to you?
I'm going to scooch over so you can get more like in front of it. And you can use the lines on here to judge if that helps. We can pull out a zero centering ruler to give you a better idea. Let's see. Perfect. That looks great.
You hear that, guys? I'm perfect.
All right. So now we're going to grab these. This actually, I'm proud of you. You've actually kind of whizzed right through this. This is good.
I'm a genius.
You are. All right. So we wanted to say Yellowstone, May 2024.
I feel like they should be yellow polka dotted.
I know, but I don't have yellow polka dotted ones.
Get it together, woman.
I'm sorry. So we're going to use...
I need the wise.
We're going to use this, and we're going to use this to keep our letters straight.
But crooked letters are so much fun. They look all serial killer-y.
We don't want to be serial killers.
I suppose that's
Can you
true.
give me a Y, please?
Why?
Because
No, you said, can I give me a why? Why?
you're silly. Can you find one? They're right there.
Okay. You guys,
You're so funny.
there's only one upright Y. That one does not look like a Y.
It's upside down to fit more letters.
I know. Oh, these are much stiffer than the last time I
Yeah,
found.
you've kind of changed the way they do these.
Okay.
Okay, no.
What do you mean?
I'm going to show you. So on your zero centering ruler, you have a line that is 1/4 of an inch from the edge. And if you take your stickers,
What's wrong with these scissors?
indeed, and you use that as your base, you can line the stickers up on here first, and then you can just tip it, adhere them to your page, and very carefully peel this off. And then they're straight. Even if you don't have lines on your wood grain, like I cheated and have lines on my wood grain.
Cheater. Did
know,
you
right?
know that cheaters never prosper?
Well, hopefully that's not true.
Are we wanting these to connect up top, or are we not wanting them to?
They don't need to connect. They can have just a little bit of space, but you want to try to give them a similar amount of space.
Okay.
So if you make them really close like this, then all the letters need to be really close. And it's probably better that you do make them really close because
We only have a tiny
Yellowstone
circle.
is a long word.
It is a long word.
It's a long word. We need to fit, let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 letters across.
Guys, she's got a cheat sheet on how to spell Yellowstone over here.
I wrote it down so I could. It's like a good secretarial skill to have.
I know. She's trying to teach me all her ways, everybody. L.
I'm trying to teach you my ways.
Uh-huh. Ways. Like Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I'm putting it on top of this so people can see it easier. Teaching you the ways of the Force, young Padawan.
Sure.
All right, what I'm not sure about, because I really didn't think about it beforehand, is what type of embellishment we might use on this page if we wanted
A
an embellishment.
bison.
Oh, wow.
She found a bison the other day, guys. She was so excited about it.
I need the stickers that are over there, and I don't know.
I'll find them in a minute.
They're going to be in that Power Project folder at the bottom.
We'll get them in a minute. Once I'm done with my letter fun.
Yes.
That rhymed.
Good job.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
A little bit patronizing, but you know, it's okay.
Didn't mean for it to
I
be
know.
patronizing.
It's okay, Mama. Yellow.
Yellow.
It's me. S.
All right.
Am I a little wonky?
No, you're good.
Okay.
I'm just wondering if maybe we shouldn't do this in an arch because it's so long it may not fit across. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Let me
let's
place
see,
this
because,
one.
yeah.
Yellowstone.
So I was going to try to put it, I was going to try to have you put it all right in the middle right there, and it won't fit, and it probably will end up being like out about that far. I don't know if I want it to be out that far.
We could do it in an arch.
You could follow the arch of the circle.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Yellowstone.
I need to pull out a Titletopia, but I don't have one handy, so...
A what?
A Titletopia.
That,
All right, girls. So you guys who have been around CM for a long time probably have one of these. It's a Titletopia. It is a tool that is used to help you do arched titles and things with these kinds of stickers. And I don't have one handy. So what we're going to do is we're going to count to the middle. What's the middle letter of Yellowstone? 1, 2, 3,
W?
4, 5. The W is the middle, right? So you would take the W and put it right in the middle right here. Make the edges touch the edge of the circle at the tippy top. Make sure it's the center.
Like that.
And actually bring it in just a tiny bit from the edge. There you go.
Stick.
Okay. Now you can take...
It's a little off. I know. And I'm sorry about all the OCD people, but we are not those people.
All right. It's okay. Get your other letters and put them in their regular, in the spot where they ought to go. It's okay if they overlap just a little bit. It's also okay if you want to give them a little bit more space in between the letters.
That was all yellow. That
Nice.
was a
And
little
I will
close.
get your next ones for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, sorry.
It's okay. I have one Y
Did
left.
not realize that you had some more to do. All right.
Yellows. Oh.
So now the goal is to end at the same place on
Oh,
that
well
side
then
that you.
give me an E, please.
There's your E.
My stone is a little close. It's okay. We're gonna call it good.
Okay. Now we're gonna down around the bottom here. We're gonna do May 2024. So the middle part of that is gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's going to be between the space and the beginning of the year. That's going to be the center. So that makes it
So
a
just
little
May
tricky.
space 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So here's a 2, and the 2 is going to be just to the right of center. 2.
2.
Zero.
I keep thinking that it's 2025 already. Is anyone else having that issue?
No, I can truly say I am not having that particular issue. 2024. And then we're going to work backwards and do the May.
A Y.
And you can make the Y go below the,
Oh, good.
or outside the circle. That's okay. Oh.
Get it together, mother.
Ah!
Oh,
I
no!
hate
Wait,
that when I drop a sticker.
it landed polka dots down!
That's good.
That, like, Black Hawk down. I've never seen it. I don't know.
It's I know it's awful when you drop a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and it's upside down. All right. So perfect. Now
Ta-da!
that part is done. Now we need just a little bit of embellishment, and I'm thinking
A
we probably ought to just put
buffalo!
it right in the middle.
Oh,
Maybe what we'll do is we could just put a picture of Dad and I right in the middle. But then we also should probably have some stickers of some kind. Ugh.
What we should do is we should put a picture of you and Dad looking at the buffalo.
Looking at all the buffalo.
Well, the buffalo sticker.
Yeah, all the buffalo. All right. Let's see.
Was it this one?
I'm going to make a cluster that we can just put kind of off to the side, and then we will try and...
Show the people.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so used to sitting in the middle of my desk that I forget that you can't see when I'm not right there. I wish those were slightly different colors so they showed up just a little bit better. What else can I put in the middle?
You could put a moose. Like he's looking out the side.
There is a buffalo.
There is. I don't know what you did with it though. You made it disappear. Poof.
On this side?
Is it in the
no.
other?
Is it? Hold on. We'll find it. Dad can edit this part out.
Have a buffalo somewhere.
Truly I do. And that's just not cool that I can't find it.
Not cool, dude. She was so excited to find it earlier, too. What about one of our memorabilia things? What about one of the memorabilia things? No?
Oh, we could just use those stickers and put trees on either side.
Do you want these ones too?
Yeah, let me just put them all three of them on here. Since there aren't any photos on this page, I don't know if these stickers are safe for photos. It doesn't say anything on here about them being acid free, and so because of that, this is actually a perfect way to use it because I don't have to worry about it affecting photos.
Da 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 da.
Good plan, Emily.
Why, thank you.
All right.
I'm a genius.
So when we were at the national parks, a good friend of mine who's on my CM team, she loves her national park stamps, which is a whole thing that I had never experienced before. And basically you go into the visitor center at a national park and purchase a pass book, and the passport book has pages in it for all the national parks. And then you can in the main books, well, in Yellowstone there actually are like 4 or 5 maybe even different places that you can get stamps for your passport book. And you can also get these cool stickers that point out different areas of the valley. You can get some neat stickers that that indicate where you got the stamp that you're putting in your book, and then you can put that in your passbook. Anyway, just some fun things. So I really like that. That kind of highlights the things that we saw while we were there. And yeah, great job, Emily. So until next time, we will, or next time we'll get started in actually working with the Fast2Fab and getting pictures put into the album. But this will be the medallion that will be on the title page of the album, and then we'll work from there. What else should I let them know about? Oh, be sure you check the description of this video for information about the Pack to Lovely layouts that I put together for the Perfectly Patriotic collection. There are some different options that you can go to if you're interested in getting copies of the PDF or a kit to make all 10 layouts in that collection. And then there's also 2 special 2-page layouts for the Olympics that I created, and I have instructions for those, or a kit if you would rather. So go ahead and check the description and there'll be all the information. It'll lead you to a Google page, a Google document that'll have all the information that you need for that. All right, thanks so much for joining us. Until next time, I hope you have many more creative moments.
Bye,
Take
guys.
care.